Good morning, students. Here is your second lesson of main English, honeysuckle. How the dog found himself a new master. It means the dog tried himself for his master, and ultimately he found his master. Okay? Before you read, you may know that the dog and the owl are closely related. You may also know something about how over the centuries human beings have domesticated and tamed wild animals. Here is a story about how the dog became a tame animal. This is a short summary that how a dog made the most faithful companion of man. The story starts from here. Dogs were once their own masters and lived the owners too in freedom. In the earliest time, the dogs freely wandering here and there in a way that similar to the freedom of wolves. Just like a wolf wandering in the forest, just like in the same way, dogs also wandered on that time. But one incident changed the whole scenario. A dog was born who was impressed. One dog happened to such situation that he was not happy the style of his own life. He was sick and tired of wandering about by himself. He was greatly tired, greatly frustrated about the way of his lifestyle, looking for food and being frightened of those who were stronger than him. He was very frustrated that anyone who was stronger than he always frightened him, and that's why he was not happy. He thought it over. On this topic, he thought how I came over on this problem and decided that the best thing for him to do was to become the servant of one who was stronger than anyone else on earth. He decided that I will search a master that would be strongest on this earth. And he set out. Set out, it means he started. Set out, it means he started to find such a master. His work is started. He walked and he walked, and he met a kinsman of his. Ultimately, he found a kinsman. Kinsman, it means relative. A big wolf who was as strong as he was fierce. As you know, the dog found his master uh, in form of a wolf because the wolf is stronger and as well he was fierce also. It means he is very terrible. Anyone can scare from that wolf. Where are you going, dog? The wolf questioned to dog. Where are you going? I am looking for someone to take up service with. Would you like to be my master wolf? The dog replied that I am searching such a man who who is strongest on this earth, and I would like to serve him. Okay? I do not see why not. The wolf replied that I don't find to disagree with your proposal, and this agreed upon, and both agreed upon this topic. The two of them went on together. On that time, they became friends. They walked and they walked. Okay? After being a friend, they started to walking along, and all of a sudden the wolf lifted the nose. All of a sudden, the wolf lifted his nose. The wolf lifted his nose, sniffed, darted quickly off the path and into the bushes and crept deeper into the forest. Suddenly the wolf lifted his nose and he feels some strange smell of a strange animal or a stronger animal than wolf. The dog was much surprised when the wolf started running quickly off the path. It means from the path where they were going. The wolf crept deeper into the forest because of the fear. The dog was much surprised. The dog was surprised because he thought earlier that the wolf is stronger than I. He was in surprise. What was come over you, master? He questioned that what happened. Master, what has frightened you so? From who? You frightened so much. Can't you see? This is the answer of Wolf. Can't you see there is a bear out there in front of you? You can see a bear and he might eat up both of us. And he can eat up both of us. This is the situation of terrible. Seeing that the bear was stronger than the wolf, this is the point that dog decided to leave the company of wolf. He said that if a bear is stronger than you, I can decide to take up the service of him. And he left the wolf and asked the bear, and he asked the bear to his master. He then went to bear and proposed him to be his master. The bear agreed to this readily. Readily, it means at once. At once, the bear agreed to this at once and said, let us go and find a herd of cows. And after being friends, the proposal of the bear was we go. We go to find a herd of cows, a group of cows, because I will kill, I will kill a cow, and then we can both eat our fat. This is the way that we can fill our stomach or satisfy our hunger because I will kill the cow. Okay. 6. They walked on and soon saw a herd of cows. In this search, they were successful, but just as they were about to come up to it, they were stopped by a terrible noise. When they go near to the cows, they were stopped by a terrible noise. What is the terrible noise? The cows were mooing loudly because when the cows saw that that uh, that bear and a dog were coming to them, the cows were moving. They were making a noise loudly and running in a scared way in all directions. They scattered, they scattered all, all directions. The bear looked out from behind a tree. The bear looked out from behind a tree. This is the situation that bear run from there and looking the situation from bear, and then he too ran hastily deeper into the forest. The bear also run from there and go into the deeper forest. Now, why did I have to come here? He said to himself that why I came here, why I came here, because it is the lion who rules the forest in these parts. He he repent on their action that in this part only the lion rules. Okay, the lion, who is he? Don't you know? He is the strongest beast on earth. The bear replied to the dog that the lion is the strongest beast. But well, then I will say goodbye to you. Dog replied that I will say so goodbye. Dear, I want a master who is stronger than anyone else. I want only such a master who is strongest animal on this earth. And off the dog. Dog left the company of bear and went for a master to the lion. The lion agreed to it. The lion again the lion agreed for become the master of the dog, and the dog stayed with him. The dog enjoyed the company of the lion and served him for a long, long time. And this company was remained for a long time because there was no fear from anybody else in the forest. It was a good life and had nothing to complain of. There was no problem because not any other bear can scare them. For there was no stronger beast. Beast it means wild animal. There was no stronger beast in the forest than lion. There was any animal that is stronger than lion, and no one dared. It means साहस करना, and no one dared touch. उनको किसी को ये भी हिम्मत नहीं थी उनको छू सकें. Touch the dog or offend it means create some problem or dare to hurt them. Okay, offend him to any way, offend or to to scare him in any way. It means no any other animal and dare to offend him. But one day the two of them were walking side by side along a path. But what happened one day, both the animals, dog and lion, were walking side by side on a path. There, suddenly, all of a sudden, the lion stopped. The lion stopped at once. He gave a great roar and he makes great noise and struck the ground and put his leg on the ground strongly and angrily with his paw. Paw it means उसका जो पंजा होता है with such force forcefully that a whole farm there. Oh, it means very small patch on the ground formed. Then he began to back away very quietly, and after the after this incident, the lion was walking back from that place very quietly. It means from that place in a scared way. Okay. What is it, master? The dog questioned to the lion that what happened? What is the problem? Is anything wrong? If anything happened that we would not like, asked the dog, surprised. The dog was very surprised and asked a general question to his master. I smell a man. I smell a man coming this way. The lion replied that I can feel a smell that any man is coming to this way. The lion said, we would better run for it, or we will be in trouble. This is the better situation if we run from here. Otherwise, this this activity to going along in this direction would be a problem for us. Oh, well, then I will say goodbye to you. This is the reason. The dog replied to lion that I will say goodbye to you because you are not the strongest animal on this earth. I want master who is stronger than anyone on earth. He replied that I only want a master who is stronger than anyone on earth. I I will only make that a master that would be strongest on this earth. Okay. And off the dog went to join the man and he stayed with him and served him faithfully. After this incident, the dog went to join a man. The dog went to a man and stayed with him. And stayed with him, it means lived with him for a long time and served him faithfully, very, uh, very happily and very satisfactory way. This happened long, long ago. This incident happened a very long, long time. Uh, this incident happened for a long time ago, but to this day, this is the important day of the animal's history that dog from that day remained a unseparated part of the man's life. That dog became the servant of man. Okay. The day the dog is the most loyal servant and knows no other master. From that day, the dog knows no anybody that would be his master. This is the incident. Okay, students, this is the lesson number two that completed here, but the question answer would be in next class. So do the summary writing over. This is your homework. Okay. You can write the summary of this lesson and show me on my WhatsApp number. So thank you.